Hi everybody, welcome back to our kitchen. Today is almost Thanksgiving and I'm going to show you a recipe that you might think is a little bit too hard to do, but I'll tell you what, I made this last year and it was the best gravy that I ever had. Now this is part one of my gravy. We're going to do the turkey stock today, and then we'll do another segment with me making the gravy because I want to show you how to make it gluten-free and dairy-free. It was delicious. So if I can help you out a little bit, I mean, this is a step you probably don't need to do, but you can make this 4 weeks ahead of time. Just take a weekend, make up your stock, put some in a container, freeze it. Take the rest of your stock, make some turkey soup with rice or something. So you still have a lot of product to work with. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take the vegetables and the turkey wings. I bought wings. Now you can go to your grocery store and request them this time of year. And my meat department at my small grocery store didn't have any. So I kept calling. I called every day. Do you have turkey wings yet? Yeah, we're getting them in tomorrow. So then I called and had to hold me some. But you can make this with turkey legs, whatever offsides that you don't need or want. Oh, yeah, you gotta have the bone in there. That's where a lot of flavor comes from. Now, what I did is I chopped up, this is a whole onion, and probably about 5 stalks of celery, and then I have some, this is what I had in the fridge, so I'm using baby carrots. This is flavoring, and I wanted to show you with the onion with the skin on. This skin's hard to get off, but if you slice your onion like this, and we want it flat so the turkey wings can sit on it, it'll come right off just like this. No pain. Okay, that's our onion, and this is for flavoring. Remember, we're going to make a stock, so whatever you put in here, I have 3 cloves of garlic, but I could just put it in with the skin on because we're going to strain it later on, and I have to take the garlic and break it open a little bit to make sure it gives its flavor off. I'm going to put it in skin and all. You could actually put your onions in skin and all. With your celery, I had old celery in the refrigerator that needed used, and I just cut off all the way down to where it wasn't bad or anything. But with your onions, you can put them in with the skins on. That's how you would make a bone broth anyway, if you were going down that route. Okay, I have a glass baking dish. I went with glass instead of metal. I really don't have a metal one this size. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put these veggies in here, spread them all out. And then I'm going to put the turkey wings on top. I've got 4 here. And we're going to roast these in the oven. And that's what's going to give it the great flavor. Come on, guy. Fit in there. And then, yeah, I couldn't get more than 4 in here. But we want to add the seasoning now. Okay, all washed up. Now here I have some smoked paprika. I love this stuff. It's going to give it a little bit of color. And we're just going to sprinkle this over the turkey legs or wings. They're dry right now, so it's going to stick a little bit. Okay, and then I have pepper. We like a lot of pepper here, but with the kids coming over for Thanksgiving, I got to back off on it a little bit. And I've got poultry seasoning. You could use sage if you don't have this. I just have to keep this on hand all year long for chicken and stuff like that. So, and I have thyme. Now your poultry seasoning has thyme in it, but I like a little extra because thyme goes really good with chicken. Now I probably did a teaspoon of each, maybe a half teaspoon on the poultry seasoning, because I'm just shaking it over. And remember, there can be too much thyme, so don't overdo it. And last of all, we have our salt. Now we're going to salt this lightly because we want to taste it later on when it's done. And if you are using any, you go another route, store-bought broth or stock, it has salt in it, so, hey, I found another garlic clove. It has salt in it, so you don't want to over-salt your stock. There we go. 400 degrees for an hour. Oh, I forgot the olive oil. We need a little bit of oil in here. Probably maybe 2 tablespoons. That'll make sure that the wings brown up and give the veggies some little bit of soaking oil. So I'm going to put this in the oven for an hour. We'll come back and show you what we have. Okay, our turkey and our vegetables have come out of the oven after baking at 400 degrees for an hour. And I'm going to transfer them to my stock pot. Now, this is hot, so I'm going to do it. I might have to get a... Here it is. Yeah, I don't want to... I need to get the turkey wings out and put them in the bottom. Smells really good. Reminds me of Thanksgiving. Now I got to scoop all these vegetables out and then dump the sauce that's in the bottom into the pot. I would know that when I was I had to go for colonoscopy, and you can't eat the whole day before. So I said, well, I've done it before. I don't like the chicken broth out of the carton. So I made myself some chicken broth with the spices, the onions, the carrots, the celery. And I sipped on that all day, and to tell you the truth, it filled me up. It was amazing. And it made it so much more enjoyable because it was delicious. Now look at all this goodies that we have left. I'm going to dump that in here. And then I'm going to add 2 bay leaves, teaspoon of turmeric. Now you might say I don't use turmeric. Well, you should, because it's good for your immune system during flu and cold seasons. And if you just make this broth to have on hand when somebody gets a cold, I'm sure they'll appreciate it if you just add a little rice to them and make them a soup. Okay, cameraman Paul's going to help me. We're going to come back, but we need to add 8 cups of water to this pot. Put it on high on your stove. Then once it starts boiling, put it down to low or simmer, whatever you have on your stove. And it just needs to be barely bubbling. And it needs to do that for 3 hours. Trust me, it's worth it. So we'll be back when that's done. Okay, it's been 3 hours. And I've got the turkey wings over here that as soon as they cool, I can take off the meat and use them in my stuffing. I think I'm going to put them in my stuffing. That would be good. Now, we dump the vegetable mixture into a bowl, straining it, and you want to push down on the vegetables a little bit to get them all out of there. I got to put this in the sink. Hang on. Okay, we have our broth. I'm not going to dump it in here because it'll just dirty a dish, but it's beautiful. Now before I took the wings out and everything, I went in and skimmed the fat off of it and put it in a bowl. I'm going to use that to make the gravy. But you can do it a different way too, because you can put it in these containers in your fridge. And what's going to happen is when it gets cold, the fat's going to raise to the top and get solid. So what you can do to make your gravy is go in and take that top solid part off, and you have your fat. That makes it a little bit easier. Now I want to show you that you can freeze the turkey in here. If you have a problem with plastic, get glass ones. And I've also, this was chicken broth. I took 2 baggies, one inside the other, and then I put them flat in my freezer. Look how much better this is going to store in my freezer. This is about 3 to 4 cups of chicken broth, and it's almost that container that you would buy in the store. Much better for you, many more vegetables. And I did taste the stock. It needed more salt. I'm going to be making some gravy in a couple days. Make this ahead, no stress. You can have it in your fridge ready to go, or like we might do, well, what we're going to do is I'll show you how to make the gravy and put that in your fridge so you don't have to fret over it. And my project is to have everything done before Thanksgiving to where I can relax and everybody else can relax, and it's all done. All you have to do is heat it up. So I'm going to say please share my channel with your friends and relatives, because even though they might not have allergies, maybe they know somebody that does. And subscribe to my channel. There's a little square down in the corner that you can subscribe. And I hope everybody's staying safe. Bye.